Yeah, what's good? It's Treekelly Legendary. Stay focused as usual. Never give up as usual. But in all honesty, enjoy the good with the bad. Take the bad with the good. Sometimes silence and alone time is what you really need. You know. Sometimes you need time with yourself. Sometimes you need time to think and evaluate and mentally plan. Write it down. You know. See it. Know it. Believe it. Achieve it. You know. And it's always great as well to have loved ones and people that care about you and people that are rooting for you as well. You know. To show and shine and triumph and hold hands and cheer. That's the amazing part. When you mentally plan, physically plan, write it down, you know, and actually achieve those things. And you be able to show your loved ones and show the ones that you care for and show your colleagues or your friends or, you know, even the people that's watching you, you know, that look, hey, I completed the mission. I did this. I turned my thoughts into reality. You feel me? And now it's in the 3-dimensional. You feel me? Now we can toast. Now we can cheer. You feel me? That's a greater sense of accomplishment that no one can take away from you. You know, no one can take away your knowledge of knowing, your knowledge of achieving. You know, your actions of achieving. You know. So always have something in mind, whether it's learning a new skill, whether it's, you know, having another idea, or, you know, stepping out there and using your voice and creating content, or just speaking, you know, however you want to do, you know, make jokes, making people laugh, you know, whatever it is that you're great at. Use your hands to create something, you know, to heal someone, you know, or, you know, start a movement, you know, get some people together, rally together, you know, and speak to them, and y'all put y'all foot in front of the other, you know, and take a march and stand for something. Or, you know, come up with a great business idea and put your money together to build something great. You know, there's a lot of different things that you can do, you know, to bring the people together. You know, you got to have that insight in you and that drive and that go-to to just say, okay, I want to do this. Let's see how many like-minded people I can find that actually want to do the same thing. You feel me? And then y'all will come together as a collective, and y'all actually accomplish these things. You feel me? Everybody in your team or in your section or in your group will have different ideas, different roles, and, you know, they might have different strengths, you know, that can help bring that idea into reality. You know, they might have different resources or assets, you know, that can push forward the agenda. You feel me? So whatever idea or whatever thought or whatever, you know, that sparks your brain, that make that light bulb go off, do that, you know, and keep yourself logged and scheduled. You feel me? Create a routine to where, okay, at this time I'm gonna do this. Okay, at this point in time I'm gonna take a break here, or I'm gonna do another segment to create the next chapter of the book when we're done with this part of it, you know, or however you may go about it, you know. So always just think forward, think about what's next, think about what you can do after you've already completed that first thing. You feel me? So never stop planning and creating. You know, always keep your mind working. You know, there's going to be trial and error, of course. You know, that's with all things. You know, nobody has it all perfected in the first go around. I mean, that's damn near impossible, you know. But also study the ones before you and study the ones that are great at what they're doing. You feel me? So you can learn from them and you can gain insight and find your own way to doing it. You feel me? You know, you might find a niche that they may didn't see. You feel me? So it's always different ways of being innovative, you know. So just continue to keep your mind working, you know. Continue to keep your mind working, yo, you know. You never know. You may be the next great mind. You know, you might be the one that sparks another idea for another individual, you know. With me, I like pressing record and just talking. You feel me? That's what I enjoy doing, you know. I'm not doing this for money or income, you feel me? I'm just doing it because I enjoy doing it. Like, I love pressing record and just speaking. Whatever comes out, comes out. You know, I don't write it down or plan it or schedule it or sit it down or be like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this right here today. Which, yeah, I should. I think that's what I'm gonna start doing, actually planning what I'm gonna do. You know, what I'm gonna speak about or this, that, and the third. But wholeheartedly, it just come natural. You know, whatever just comes to my brain, I just press record and just talk about it. You know, so. But yeah, so I would take heed on or practice what I'm preaching, you know, as well. You know, I'm not just gonna sit here and tell you to plan and schedule and create routines and all that. And, you know, I'm just freestyling it basically, you know, and just speaking as I'm pressing record, you know, whatever. But I go back and watch my videos, you know, actually after I do these, you know, and just to gain insight for myself or leave little post-it notes for myself. And I go back and recollect on what I'm saying, you know. But like I say, it just comes out as truth or wholeheartedly. I feel like I just make these shits just to talk to myself, basically, you know. But that's the way that, you know, I use one of my, you know, abilities or gifts or talents or whatever, you know, just to get it out there, you know, just to get it off, you know, my chest or whatever. And, you know, people resonate with it, people check it out. And, you know, that's dope. That's cool, you know. So like I say, always strive to be great. Always know what you want to do. If you don't know, figure it out. You know, I always know that even through the rain, the sun will shine again. You know, all scars will heal. You know, even though it will still remain, the scar will still be there. But, you know, you just got to recollect and know what the lesson was for that. You know, everything has a purpose. Everything happens for a reason. There are no coincidences in life. You know, your actions today will be the reactions of tomorrow. You know, so, you know, just always have positive intent and always look forward and think forward and just try to do right by yourself, okay? Try to do right by yourself. Try to do right by others, you know, in the corrupt, crazy world we're living in, you know. Nice guys finish last, you know, the bad guys always seem to win, you know, but it always catches up to them in the end. However the world may go, you know how the shit go, but the great ones always triumph, you feel me? In due time, you know. So, at the end of the day, just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. You feel me? No matter what it is that you're doing, do it for the right reasons. Do it for your family. Do it for your kids. Do it for yourself. You feel me? You know, because there's something in you that is special. You know, whether you know it or not, people see it. There is something about you that is special, that has someone's attention. You know, you have someone's attention, no matter what it is that you're doing. You might be a great landscaper. You know. You might be a great tree cutter. You might be a great painter. You might be a great, you might have great handwriting. You know, people contact you to, the right laws for them. I mean, you might be great at poetry. I mean, you feel me? You might be good at planning parties. I mean, you might be good at just getting people together to come into your groups. You feel me? And joining what you're doing. You know, so you might be entertaining. I mean, there's a lot of different things and skills that you might not know that you have that people see inside you. You feel me? So, just always be you, you know, be you, be great, always be you, okay? Legendary, all right.